This year for the Highlands County Fair, I decided to raise a steer. It would be my first year and also my last year. Since I'm a senior in high school, I decided to take a big risk on to raise a steer for the fair. I will explain the supplies that are needed, how to feed the steer properly, and the process of getting the steer show ready. So, the first thing that you will need for one of your supplies is a halter and a lead rope. The halter will stay on your steer the whole entire time. The lead rope is what you'll use to practice walking him. Another thing that you will need is shampoo and conditioner. You will need, throughout the time you will have your steer, to have shampoo and conditioner to wash him and get all the dirt off and the hair off for the first show and throughout the time you have him. Another thing is a brush and a wash brush. A brush you can use to brush him whenever you would like, and a wash brush will be needed to use to scrub him while you're giving him his shower along with your shampoo and conditioner. You will also need a show halter. Here I have a show halter. This part right here at the top goes around his ears, and this part goes around his nose. You will then take this chain and put it through the holes, and it will latch onto this other hole. And then you will hold the rope like this close to his face during the show. Next thing you will need is a show stick and a show comb. A show stick will be used while you're showing to place his feet when you go to stand him. A show comb will be in the back of your pocket and will be used for when the judges touch the steer, you need to gently brush off their fingertips. And also you will need to shave them before the show is and before they weigh in, and that is referenced in the Highlands County Fair book. And the another thing that you'll need to know is feeding. In the first few weeks, you will feed pre-con, which is an early development feed used to before you switch them over to the Purina Show Chow or Cow Developer. Purina Show Chow is used to really make them fat, gain weight, so they are really big for weigh-in and make weight for the show. Next, you will always need clean water. They should never go without water, and you always need to make sure that they will never run out. Another thing that they will need is hay. They always need to have hay as it will help digest their food. Another thing that is highly recommended is Probius gel. Probius gel and there's also Probius powder, helps their digestive system keep going and never stop and digest their food so they don't get bloated. Molasses is also used to help sweeten their feed and also burn their stomach so that they were able to poop effectively and not be digested. Another thing is baking soda. Baking soda, sprinkle a little bit on it, also helps with their digestive system so they don't get bloated. Because when they are bloated, they will not walk, which means they will not practice with you on how to walk and stand for the show. And the last thing is preparing for the show. You will need to train your steer to walk with you and stand correctly so they will do well in the ring and show off to the judge. You need to practice standing positions with their feet in different ways in rear view and side view. You will also need to walk with your show stick and your show halter because your regular halter and lead rope is different than your show halter because it is smaller. Your regular rope is longer than your show halter. So you need to practice with that. And there is a certain way to transition with your show halter and show stick. You will also need to wash your steer and condition and dry through fully right before the show, a few hours before the show. And then another thing to add to make your steer look really good is Shine and baby wipes. I use this Shine. After I wash him, I spray him down and rub his fur and his coat down so that when he goes out in the ring, he looks very shiny and looks very good overall. You will also need to practice showmanship and how you control your animal, because the judge is looking for how you control him and how you walk him, and that will determine if you make it in showmanship or if you even win showmanship. Furthermore, I explain the products, what to feed, and how to prepare for the show when raising a steer. With this information that I provided you, you can properly raise the steer. Thank you.